Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In the last part, the focus was very much on planning this area whilst tidying up a few areas here with respect to production. And what I've done now is I've connected my two coal mines up to some coal ore processing plants here. We've got a large heating plant installed, and we've got another large aggregate storage there. The reason for this aggregate storage is that we do need to feed the heating plant. And eventually what we will be doing is building our new town in this area here, although we're going to have to level off things a little bit. But we've got a little bit more work to do before we can actually start building this area here. Now, since the end of the last video, we went through the winter, and as you can see here, I've been graveling in these roads here. And one thing I did find was that running the road through the coal mine wasn't a good idea, so I've had to put this secondary road through here. And we've got most of the roads finished here, so we just need to fill in this area here. And if I come back to here, you can see I've now got my brick factory working. It's making us some money. We're getting a little bit of bricks being produced, but at the moment workers are the issue as usual. I think we got a busload coming in here. But what has been a big success though is this. This is absolutely, if you really want a quick, dirty heating plant that's got no other, it's even got a few connections, maybe putting in a sawmill and connecting it to this modded heating plant here, you can see is probably a pretty good idea. And what I've also done now is I've cleared out all the bricks, so effectively now any bricks needed in construction will come from here. We are starting to turn a small regular profit. Now, if any of you watched the previous video, you'll be aware that I brought these extra fields in up here as part of my farm, and the honest truth is it was a bit of a disaster. None of these fields were properly harvested. I think two of them the combines never got to them, and two of them the winter came and I lost all the crops. So I think coming up on these fields here is about the limit. So when we bring this farm in, what we'll probably do is take over a couple of these fields. And the other thing I've also done is I've built another silo here. Not that I really needed it. I thought I was going to need it because I thought I was going to get the excess crops from there, and both my silos were completely full up. You can see that they're now actually starting to fall quite quickly. For some reason I was on pause. And I'm actually going through the crops a lot quicker than I was not expecting. You see, I managed to get 4 tons into that silo there, but I've got a feeling that might be useful when I've actually got this farm operating, and I'd rather have more than less is probably the way to do it. Now, what I want to do in this video is start work on my coal-fired power station, and the problem I've got is if you come in here, you can see I need 287 tons of steel. I've only got 85,000 credits. But what we are going to do is we're going to allocate the coal mine here. But once we've done the groundworks, what we're probably going to have to do is stop and then filter in the steel a little bit at a time. Oops, I don't know. The game I keep pausing the game at the moment. And what I've actually done is now we no longer need to import bricks. This open storage area is pure steel. And what I've been doing is, as the money's been building up, I've been increasing the amount of steel stored here, and the idea is to eventually get to the point, if I just shoot this up very quickly, you can see if I go to 100% I can get 313 steel in here, which is more than enough to build the coal-fired power station. And what I'm doing is just coming up here. That's probably a little bit too much. Can't remember what the percentage was I'm using here. I'm probably spending money now which I can't afford. Let's just find the road cargo station, and what I've actually done to give myself control, I've actually put the delivery directly to the open storage, and it's 30% at the moment, and 30% of that's about right. So what I'm actually doing is just building up a reserve of steel here, so that when the time comes, I've got virtually all the steel in the open storage area here for actually building the power plant here. But first things first is we need to do the groundwork, which should be quite quick, because what we've actually got here is the resources to do it. We got the concrete, we got the gravel, and we got the asphalt. So we want to get that built first, and then what I'll have to do is put this on pause as things go forward. Now the next thing I need to think about is my town that I'm going to put in over here. And what I need to do is a bit of a calculation about the size of the town. Now if I come in here, where is it? And we look at the coal, you can see each coal mine needs 220 workers per shift. So you can see that for both these coal mines to be operating, we need 1,200 workers. So we're only going to bring one coal mine on top, but that's still 600 workers. And then the ore processing plant needs 15. That's another 45. So if you double that 90, you can say that's 700. And then what's the big heating plant need? The big heating plant needs another one. So truthfully, the town out here is going to need to hold about 800 workers, which is a little bit of a tall order, and it's not exactly that flat. So let's just go in here. So we may have to do a little bit of quite extensive, and of course we got no 3 constructors. Okay, I didn't want to do it anyway. I don't know if I can actually do any leveling. I'll be very surprised if I can. Oh, I can actually. So maybe we can just level this out with the... I certainly want to get rid of this dip here. I mean, we could... we'll stick with trying to get this as reasonably level as possible. Can't... And I wouldn't mind wanting to push this bank back a little bit, but... I mean, roads are so much better. Yeah, so we're going to have to wait for there. We've got this road being built. Oh, this road's finished, so we can now get this built in here. Just turn the wireframe off. This game can be great fun sometimes. So all I want to do is get this area built up properly. You can see what I've actually done also is brought in the conveyors. What I wouldn't mind doing is actually putting some coal into here. Let me see. I think I've got the coal production is actually on here now. I think buildings without power supply. Yeah, well, it's all right. It still work. I think if we put this on, get them to unload coal. I don't want to load there. Not. I think we get it there. We're going to put about 10% coal in here, which is 195 tons, isn't it? 10% of 1,900. And we're going to have to keep an eye on the costs here. Can I get that actually any lower? That's a bit high. Will it go down less than 10%? No. Okay. And I mean, we are importing coal into here. I wonder if I take off the brick battery. Remove the brick battery, and then hopefully these will all have power. I might have messed this up a little bit, but never mind. I think it might take a little while for things to settle down a bit. The idea is to start building up a coal reserve in here and getting it in balance, ready for when the power station comes online. That's the idea anyway. I may actually end up breaking the bank if I'm not careful here. I mean, 190 tons of coal is a pretty big order. So, you can see there, look, we just delivered 12 tons. And hopefully make sure they've all got power. I mean, that is full. So what this is going to do is start drawing the coal from here. Need to keep an eye on the money and this production here. At the same time, what I can do is keep filling in some of these footpaths and items up here. Actually, what we could do is, if we've got our excavator back, we might be able to start leveling the ground. See, I've filled in this area here. I wouldn't mind tidying up that little bit of road there. Oh, come on. Because what I'm trying to do is just get this area a little bit sorted out. In fact, I'll just put you there. Let's get you built as well. Got to keep an eye on that money though, and maybe let's put you up in as well. Can't overload this too much. As you can see, it's when if push comes to shove, we'll just have to borrow the money. But I mean, we've got plenty of bricks going out, and I mean, okay, we're in April now. Is all the fields been? So we want to make sure everything is starting to grow. Got a couple of there, and then what we'll do is we'll switch the combine harvesters over. But I do need to keep an eye on this area here. It looks like all my excavators at the moment are working on this area here, which is okay. We got the resources in now, and what we need to do is we've got 900 and odd days here, so we've just got to keep an eye on this. And then what will happen once we finish this, I'll suspend the build. How are we doing here? We got to 54 tons at the moment, so we're doing okay. How are we doing over here? Just need finished. Sowing in progress. So it looks very much like I've met. Oh look, where are you going? Oh, they're up here. I thought it's auto-detected these fields again. Let's just drop the auto-detect down. Remove. Okay, you're too far away. You're meant to be doing these. Well, you're growing. You're growing. It's just this one that's not. Yeah, it's messed up again. I think we'll remove you. Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with the overflow again. It's a pain. Okay, so we're into the end of May. I don't think we're gonna get. Oh, this guy's actually sowing that field, so we've got 2 extra fields here anyway. That's the way it goes sometimes. Right, let's just keep an eye on this area here. Just want to keep an eye. This is built. Got some we need to put some footpaths into here. So we need to just keep this going. And we've got another little footpath here. We've only got 76,000, so we've got to be very careful that we don't start to get too much steel into here. I just want to get this base construction work. We've got 430 odd days to go. Actually, I think what we can do is just plan in some. Right, we've got a footpath through there that needs to be built. Okay. Of course, this is one of these footpaths that isn't connected at each end, so we're gonna have to come out like that and put a joint in the center there. And then once that one's built, we can build back that way and that way. I think we can put a footpath in there. So we got that. How are we doing? Got no workers. Okay, so keep pausing the game by accident at the moment. I think it's probably down to habit. All my excavators are busy at the moment. Have you finished yet, guys? I've got to wait for the tractors to finish. But yeah, sowing. So you're the last one. I think what we can do, well, while I'm just doing things. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna bring you over to here. Get the combines in preparation for and you into there. You're the only one still. Will you go into there? No, you can't get into there yet. We've got the 5 trucks. I just need this last tractor to finish whatever he's doing and return. I think he's finished now. So we can. Yep. You can go to there. And we'll get the last combine in there, and we will be ready for the crops when the time comes. Back over here. Looks like my excavators are finished. We're going to need to suspend now because we can't afford the steel. So we've made a little bit of progress. Needed to finish the current phase. See, steel framing, 78 tons of steel. So that's the next thing we're going to need to do. But what I need to do now is start the process of building up the steel in here. At the moment we've got 48 tons of steel. So what we're going to do is just push that up. What we should get is the open hull from here. That's covered. I think this is the open hull, isn't it? Where are you? Okay. So this is where life starts to get a bit expensive. What was that? That would get us up to 60 tons. I'm just gonna. So we need 78 tons here first to get this done, and then we can do this steel work. In theory, now I should have my what we call it's back. My I've forgotten what they're called now. Excavators. Okay. Yep. So we can now start to work on leveling out and planning this area. As I say, I do need to fill in some of these holes because we're going to have a fairly big, comprehensive town here, or city actually. I think that. So we're just going to. So I'm not worried too much about it being absolutely dead level, but I do want it to be reasonably level. I think if we go out through here like this, just bring this up a little bit and just take you through here. Just go for an average. That's as big as I can get. If we come to here, actually, just lift this up a bit and just push you through here. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is probably drop this down a little bit because it's really a ridge line that's stuck over the top of this area here. Actually, what we could probably do is, yeah, that'd be quicker. We can get general guidelines laid out of what we need from a position of. So I think if we can get this out this way, kind of come through here like that. We go to like that. Maybe just cross a bit like that. And through here like this. Yeah, I think we can get a datum through here. maybe just perk that up a little bit. I think we can get a nice long transition here rather than level it all off dead flat. So if we can come in, say about like that, and maybe just come across like this. And start about there, bring you up as well. I mean this area is not too bad anyway, but we can probably just bring this through here, push the edge back there, and come here. Apologies, this isn't particularly that interesting. I mean, this city is going to need to be pretty big, so there's absolutely no point whatsoever of trying to put this into... Whoops, we've got some little bits of road hanging around. That's what's making life a bit difficult for me. Yeah, we need to work on having a nice big area to plan this city, because, of course, one of the problems we're going to get is that we're going to have to put in schools, kindergartens, entertainment, everything, and then start trying to move our population over a little bit. Okay, we're still hanging around 74,000. I'm a little bit worried. I was hoping the money would increase. Let me just have a quick check to see what the game's up to. We still topping up steel. Okay. We've got 84 tons of steel, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to increase that and drop that right down to and we're going to drop this down to 30%. Now we will have to pay for some replacement of this steel, but what should happen is that the construction vehicles should take over the steel, take us to the next level, and then what will happen is once that is built, I can then start building up the steel again, ready for when we do the next stage. I know it's a slow, cumbersome process, but at the end of the day, that's not much else I can do. We got the coal here now. The brick factory is doing really well. He's churning out lots of bricks. We've got, this is not full to capacity. This is also full to capacity. So we've got lots of that there. How's the cement works going? Yeah, we're getting. I think getting this line sorted out here has made a very big difference with respect to pushing the production forward. So while we're getting the steel in, I'm just going to get back over here and do a little bit more work on this area. There's a little bit of road there, just take you out. And we're going to, for some reason that thinks it doesn't need to. So we're just going to push out here. And just push out. Now the power station won't need excavators, and what it should need is the road crane. I'm gonna have to just keep an eye on that money there. Push this up. I'm a bit worried about that. That's not. Must admit, I'm starting to develop a slight love-hate relationship with this map. When I started out playing it, I thought it's going to be tough, but it's playable and we should make good progress. I'm starting to realise that progress on this map is going to be a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Mainly because we can't getting out to get our own source of iron is going to be very problematic. Okay. Oops. A little bit worried about that little gap there. Let's do a little bit of work over here. Let's go for the average height. I mean, that's reasonably level. So if I can just come through here like this, and we can just fill in this corner here. just going to fill in this area here. Let's take you over. Let's push you over here. Drop that bit down. I don't want too much of an embankment here, because what we might have to do is actually come up here a bit to this area. We may want to use this area, so what I want to do is just fill in this there, give a little bit of a slope up here. So just gonna fill in here. Whoops, it's got a bit lumpy bumpy. That's no good. I'm just gonna have to drag that down a bit. Yeah, that didn't really work. What we'll probably have to do is pick it up about here and go up that way. Still picking up a little bit, but I think I can live with it. Maybe just, yeah, it's just sometimes what you got to do is just keep doing the road over and over like that. Yeah, and then we can use that area there. We've got a pretty big area here for our town. Just keep an eye on here. How are we doing here? You've got 93 tons left. We've got 185 tons. We're getting very close now to August, and we can actually get there. Let's have a look at our exports. One thing I've noticed is I'm not exporting that much in the way of clothes. It's almost every other month, but I think see, the steel is over the top now, so what we can do is just drop that down. We got 84 tons of steel. What's the percentage? 30%. So wow, didn't realize I'd have 84 tons of steel. I think what we will do now is just start. Whoops. Reduce. Sorry, not up. I get that to about there. Has that woken up my truck? No, it hasn't. Okay. If we do this, we just keep dropping it down. Uranium. Okay. Right. So we got 295, and what we're saying is we want 30%. So that should be a few more tons, and then what we're going to do is just let the steel build up here till we get up to around over 200 tons. I mean, we've still got 687 days, so we don't need to push it. I mean, we're not getting that many workers in, actually, to be honest. This is another problem I'm developing, is the fact that this customs house only accepts like 1 or 2 trucks at a time, which can be a bit of a problem. So we're now on the 23rd of June, and things are going reasonably okay. I don't really want to start any more building jobs beyond maybe doing a few footpaths, so we can get keep the footpaths going, because it's getting that power station working is got to be the priority. No, it's not gonna be. I mean, we could come out like that, maybe connect like that. It's gonna be a little bit messy, but let's connect you up. Do I want to start planning the new town? I think what we can do is start to put in. No, I don't want to get distracted on that. That'd be for the next part. I just want. I think it's going to be more important in this part to keep an eye on that coal fire. our power station. So that's connected. That's connected. That we can do. That's actually allocated. There's that. One problem I do have is, but how am I going to get the workers up here? So maybe I need to look at a small bus station. Although how the heck I'm going to get a small bus station in this area? And there's no shape, form, or description this place is going to be. See, I mean, that's quite a long way away. What we may have to do is literally send buses up to the individual area. The problem with that is that it will block the... Oh no, we're using conveyors, aren't we? Oh yeah, I think we'll be okay. Sorry, brain shut down a little bit there. Yeah, it's not going to let me progress until I've got this area here. The trouble is it's going to bleed out this steel that I've already got. See, you got this area here. I've only got 62 tons of steel. And if we got to put all 287 tons of steel into here and the concrete, oh, I'm a little bit worried about this, to be honest. What have you just delivered? Now we're gonna have to suspend, I think, simply because I need to have enough steel in here to meet that full requirement of 253 steel. So yeah, so it's needed to finish 44 tons. Okay, let me okay, was this reassign you? We're going to go for the 44 tons just to see if I can actually do this. I've got to borrow money. I've got to borrow money. That's all there is to it. Continue construction. Allocate. Okay. And I think what we're going to do is drop this, increase this up so to stop them bringing in 58 tons. We're going to drop you down to 20. So what we should be able to do is take this steel out without replacing much. That's the idea anyway. So we're just going to see if that's going to work. So another 19 tons of steel. We get that in. 10 tons of steel. Come on. Come on, game. I must admit, I don't really enjoy micromanaging the building like this, but we don't have the income to just let this building put itself together. And that's basically it. That's the reason. So, come on, game. A little bit more steel coming in. Are you going to drop it off? Okay, 6.7. So we've got 60 tons at the moment, and our money is building up quite well. Okay, we need another 6.7 tons. Come on, game. I think this is the truck we need. No, it's not. Where are you going? Okay, we need workers now to get this underway, and I think this is the last load of steel to be delivered. We'll just see how this goes. Right, that's it. So we've now got all the steel there, so what we should now be able to do is get the workers in here ready to go. And we got 54 tons of steel in there. How much steel do we need? We need 208. So our flatbed is there. I'd rather like to get some more money flowing in, because I've got 222 tons of fuel. I'm very tempted to sell some of that fuel, to be honest. We're down to 102 tons in there, 58 tons in there. We're on the 18th of July. How much? We've got 49 tons of crops in there. Let's just have a quick check. Fabric. And we still got no workers here. We should have some workers available. It says we got workers. Switch the wireframe on. I'm a bit inclined to bring the main road in like this, similar to the way I laid out the city over here. So we'd have like a main high street going up the center. I mean, I could put in the, and what we'll probably have is a commercial business area in the center and bring the residents out. I don't know, I could put in, let me just have a look. And what I would like is a really big shopping area like that, because this is going to be a big town, so we're going to need a pretty big commercial area here. We could put a commercial zone in here, and that would be in range of, direct range of that. But the trouble is, do I really want to be in range of this heating plant? It's going to cause a lot of pollution. Okay, just turn that off again. Has this started yet? Still got no workers here. Where have all my workers gone? Oh, now getting a few workers in. Good. I really feel the need to concentrate on this here. Right, the money's building up a little bit. Right, we've now got our combines out and running, and what we're going to do is get you set up straight away, moving crops back to there. You load, you unload, yes. And what I want to do is move you back to, turn you off there, and put you onto the primary silo. I mean, we got 72 tons of crops in here, but we do have the overflow here, and I've got you as well. So we're just going to you to there. No, I don't want that. You to load there, unload there. What I want is these crops being moved out of there to there as quickly as possible, so this fills up, because we've got these excess fields over here which are going to need work. And let's just have a look at this. Yeah, we've finally started to make a little bit of progress here. We've got 585 days to get this done, but at the same time we need to increase our storage limit up a bit. That woken up my truck. Oh, okay, we're gonna increase you to 30%. Are you moving? Oh, okay, 40%. Okay. I suppose 40% of 164 is 82, isn't it? So that would get me nearly halfway there. So what I'm going to do is just build this open storage area up so that I've got enough steel to do that. So we need 208 steel. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will hopefully get this coal-fired power station finished, because the other thing we've got to build also is this here. And this is going to need 19 tons of steel. Actually, I think we're going to build that and get that underway. I do want it to run into the national grid. But again, I'm getting distracted. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.